abundance of food growing in these things. I mean, we have 3 demo homes, and I go to check out the demo homes at noon every day, and I just graze. Tomatoes, watermelon, carrots. The bank's always financing everything we do, and we had the bank come and inspect one day, and we just had a big buffet of food that was grown there for the bankers, and that was definitely impressive for them. Got us another $100,000. We bought the food at the store. No, we didn't. It was true. It was the food we grew. Go ahead. But I learned a long time ago. Tell them what they want to hear, and that's the bottom line on getting through your permitting situations. If there ever was any question on why we would use tires, I mean, we ram them full of earth and make thermal mass. It's resilient. It's low tech. It gets rid of tires. I mean, every city and state has this. That's a natural resource. If you came here from another planet, you would go, this planet produces these things. And they're great. I mean, I don't have stock in the tire companies or anything. I mean, I don't, care. I'll take whatever will work. But I don't know. I've been doing it now for quite a while, so maybe I'm, damaged. But I don't know of a better way to build. I mean, from an engineering standpoint, resilience, weight bearing, distribution of loads, talk about indigenous. I've been all over the world. They all have tires. Everybody has tires. And cans and bottles and plastic bottles. And so that's why we build with tires. In addition to the fact that it makes super thermal mass that holds temperature. It has turned out that tires are our major building material to achieve the thermal mass, which stores the energy that we get from the sun, our body heat. I did a room in a building in Norway, and took the faculty and the students in there to demonstrate it. And we watched the temperature. We had a big thermometer on the wall, and we watched the temperature go up from the mass and the body heat of 16 people. Just to show them what a tight, insulated room, how it would perform, and how mass would affect it. And when you get a building that is so well insulated and full of mass, all of a sudden very subtle means of heating become worthwhile. Rather than making a real inefficient building and then making a nuclear power plant and pumping energy into it, which is what we do. You make a very, very scientifically designed, tight, insulated, massive building, and a body heat of 12 people can heat it. And all of a sudden, wow, there's a lot of subtle forms of heat out there. The laptops, 3 laptops would heat this room. So anyway, the tires, we beat the dirt into the tires, and you beat it in with a sledgehammer. And these are bricks, staggered coursing like bricks, battered against the burial. And it's very low tech. You can teach somebody to do this in a matter of hours. And it is physical, but people spend a lot of money on spas and things like that, I mean, what would I rather do? Go lift weights, sitting there staring at a TV, or beat dirt into tires and make a building, a room. So it is, people say it's physical, but it's once you get used to it, it's actually fun. Our whole crew loves to do it, I think, for 2 reasons. One, it's because there's a oxygen deprivation high that you get. And then after you've done that all day, you can consume like 11 beers and it doesn't even bother you. So it definitely works for the crew. So go ahead. So then that can translate into all of those 6 points, and that media of building structurally translates into buildings that look like a few of these. Just run through them. There's just a few. This one shows how they can be pretty sculptural. You're not locked into any one particular thing, but we have found that if we do standardize everything, we have one that we're calling a global model. it is much more economical. And economics is really certainly coming into play more and more every year. Go ahead. That's kind of an economical one right there. It blends in with the southwestern style in New Mexico. But all of these, each one of these homes is dealing with those 6 points and having under $100 total annual utility bill for all utilities. And you can make homes this way, you can make schools this way, you can make office buildings this way. It can be translated into cities and towns. These panels up here are the baked-on enamel panels off of refrigerators and ranges. You go to any dump, I bet your dump is the same way, and there's a mountain of washing machines, stoves, refrigerators waiting to be crushed or whatever. We go in and harvest the panels off of them, and they make great lifetime roofing panels. We're starting to use them a whole lot more. And actually, no door panel on any car is safe from our crew. There's a nice blue one right out here. And go ahead. And I have this in here because our community is in the desert. This is in the desert. This is a sewage system. When you live in one of these buildings in the desert, this is what it creates. It creates green, which brings in animals and creatures that weren't there. People are talking about, everywhere there's a building, there's a big green spot now from the contained sewage system, and it's growing indigenous and non-indigenous stuff because there's more water, and attracting creatures like this spotted, the migratory owl that doesn't normally live in the desert.